What you're about to watch is a one-on-one AI first strategy session. So this is with a gentleman who's been in business for a long time and he's made the decision that he's going to move into the AI space. He doesn't know what direction to take. He isn't quite sure on what tools he's going to need, and he doesn't actually know really how to think about AI in the best way because of the fear that may have been on his mind before. So in this session, we break down his business opportunity. So the big thing in AI right now is like, where is the best opportunity for you on your skill set? So we mapped out what his ideas are, what the best opportunity vehicle that he can be in. I break down what we're doing inside of our agency, and we go a lot into the mindset aspect around how to think about solving business problems, solving his own problems, creating the life that he wants, and now helping other people do that. And the big insight you're going to get from this is at the end, where we go through what it means to be AI first. And there's a walkthrough, like a very simple walkthrough that you're going to see. So check it out, watch it, give me some feedback in the comments. If you have questions or you want to jump on one of these sessions, we're doing this for the channel to help as many people go AI first as possible. So I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, AI first strategy session, mate. Let's have a chat. Let's shoot the shit, man, and go into it. So I know that when we spoke and you reached out, it was kind of you're in the season of looking at what opportunities are there, how do you apply it to yourself, what can you do with who you are and what you're trying to achieve through the mechanism of being AI first. So yeah, man, if you just want to give me a snapshot of like what's going on in your world, what your intentions are, like what you're thinking about, and then we can just go where it goes.
Yeah, sounds good, man. So I can see the economy shifting so much, and I can see the change happening, and I perhaps been avoiding AI
Hmm.
to like that extent as like really taking as something as I do for others. And I've just had this insight, and I was like, you know why? I just need to go all in into something where the world is going to be headed to, whether we like it or not. And so I kind of want to implement two things that I've done a lot in the past, which is, helping people with their business. And right now I'm helping a lot of people with their content creation. And like it or not, content creation and showing up on Instagram. And it's more on the aspect of like you being able to feel comfortable in front of the camera,
Yeah.
showing up consistently, and actually being able to leverage your content. Like it or not, people who are looking to do this deep inside, they're looking to get clients through their content.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I can help them to use AI to optimize, their time and efforts and have something that is perhaps doing the selection of people that they can jump on a call with, or at least qualify leads. I think that's something that a lot of people will want it and
Yeah.
benefit, and I understand it really well. So ideally, I'm looking to create an offer, and I think that's going to be pretty similar to, what you're offering that will help people to leverage AI to do lead generation.
Yeah. Sweet. Awesome. So I think that a helpful, an interesting thing I want to ask you first before we get into the technical side of things is
Mhm.
what was that moment for you?
What
What
was
was
that?
going
Sorry.
on? What was going on in that moment for you when you were like, shit, like I need to shift the way I'm operating right now to really double down on that. Like what was happening in that moment?
It's just observing the way that the world is going.
Hmm.
I'm like, this is not going to stop. And, I've seen over the years when the internet came on, we were like, oh, it took a long time until like it became something that the entire world is part of. So it's like we're still in the very early stages of AI.
Yeah.
So I don't want to miss a train, and I want to be able to provide to my family, in abundance. I want to make sure that they're well positioned. We are well positioned as a family as the
Yeah.
world goes financially.
Yeah. Beautiful. Um, I definitely have had the same insight and
Mhm.
realization at the moment. And I think like the interesting thing with this is like everybody is going to have that moment.
Yeah.
Like it's not a case of us trying to create a marketing argument of like,
Hmm.
hey, like you need this new mechanism. It's like
Right.
it's not that. It is a technological shift that the only path is going to hit this inception point. Whether
Hmm.
you get on it now and benefit from that, or you're left by the wayside, or it's too late to capitalize on it, right? So I really, and that's partly why I'm passionate about it because of the insight and this time I spent with my mentor Roger, around how ingrained that belief was and paradigm of like this is one of the greatest opportunities that you're ever going to have if you can capitalize on it, right? And I think the fear is what holds people back from getting into it.
Yeah.
But again, I think when you are seasoned in entrepreneurship, you can kind of like pay attention to macro trends a little bit more, right? Of like,
Mhm.
okay, now let's do it. So, all right, awesome. So with the intention then, so again, like you know that you've helped many clients in the past, you understand business principles. Now it's a case of understanding, okay, cool. My clients want clients, right?
Mhm.
The problem that they think they have is the content isn't getting in the clients.
Mhm.
And then we want to build a service that fulfills on that offer, right? So we will
Yes.
help you with your content creation to generate more leads so you can get more clients into your business,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
AI is like the solution, right? It's like
Yeah.
this is the whole that we found. Like, hey, do you want AI? No one wants AI. They still want the eternal problem solved of more leads, more clients, more sales, more money, so that
Mhm.
they can have more freedom, more sovereignty, more impact, more meaning. So like everything we were doing before is still exactly the same
Yeah.
from a human standpoint.
Mhm.
So now the technology and the new opportunity from a marketing standpoint is actually a new opportunity. It is a new mechanism. So if we double down on that, I think that would be a really good insight. So what are you thinking? What have you been looking at? What have you been, what's in your head? I don't want to teach you things you already know. So like, where are you at with it? What are you thinking? What have you started to look at?
Very early stages, man. So right now, I don't know what I don't know. So when I reach out
Mm,
to you, I was like, okay, I decided that I'm gonna head this route.
hmm.
And I start looking at some school communities. There's an AI automation community.
Yeah.
But then going, when you don't know what you don't know, I start consuming so much content. I was like, I don't even know what I'm watching.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I
like
went
if
down
I
that rabbit
get
hole.
so
I've been
tough, man.
there. Yeah.
I was watching a bunch of things, and like after the end of the video, I'm like, I realized that I haven't learned anything because I think there's other things that I need to understand better
Yeah.
before I give it a go. So sort of like I would like to have an understanding perhaps of AI tools
Yep.
that would be recommended for me to start exploring them first. I learn a lot through action,
Yep.
and that's just as far as being. I'm very familiar with like using, of course, ChatGPT, and I have a very good intuitive feeling of how I can maximize those things,
Yep.
and also Claude, but yeah, Claude not definitely not to half of
Yep.
its capacity.
Okay, sweet. All right, cool. So in terms of the offer, are you looking at doing consulting? Are you looking at doing done for you? Are you want to like do it for people, or is it going to be teaching people? Like, how does the delivery going to work?
Yes. So my strategy right now, as soon as I figure out a little bit of how to use it,
Yeah,
I'll put an offer out for free. I'm saying I'm looking for three people that are generating, from ten to $50,000 per month, and you want to leverage AI,
yeah,
and I'll do the work for you for a month. So I want to implement on people's business
yep.
and tell them where I'm at. I'm like, look, I'm learning,
Hmm.
but and then first I want to apply to my own business. I want to try it for what I have,
Hmm.
learn for myself first, and then I would do it done for you. I would like to get two to three big clients
Yep,
and just, go, yeah, retainer
yep.
and then a commission base based on sales. And that's why I'm also thinking not just the coaching industry, but I think real estate
Yeah, yeah.
is something that can pay really well because if I get one sale,
I think this is the question when I was like B2C versus B2B, right? Because
mm,
if you're looking at B2C, there'll be like e-commerce businesses who probably are using it in some way or want to use it. There's a lot of stuff for content creation there around ads and creatives and content that's right. And then you've got like coaches, consultants, or like coaches that serve the B2C and the buying in the coaching world, authenticity is really important, right? So yes, you can use AI to create content, but it's less about they're buying the people, they're not necessarily buying the service. So when we look
yeah,
at B2B, where it's like less about an authentic person selling them, there's
mm,
way more things you can do for them because they don't rely on content as much, but it's a new acquisition channel that they know they need to adopt, but they just don't have the time or capacity or desire to even do it. Right. So like
mm,
there's like way more, in my opinion, just on the industry, the years that we've been in it, is like that makes more sense. And that's what we're going down as more B2B services, right? So content is a mechanism. If you use the Hormozes model of the the like four ways to get leads, right? You've got outreach, warm outreach, cold outreach, paid ads, and content.
Hmm.
So it is a principle based mechanism that businesses know they need to use, but they don't know how to use it effectively. The good thing
Hmm.
about our stuff is like bringing online marketing and the online world of what we've done to traditional businesses, right? Because we know how to build funnels, we know how to build content, we know messaging, we know phases of awareness, we know all of the messaging and marketing that we had to do that these guys have never even had to use because they've never used it. So like that's where the amazing opportunity is to apply everything you've got to a business because you've done all of this over here in the harder world, and now you can just take care of people over there. So like
Hmm.
that from me being in doing the research and looking at the models, that I think is a really good opportunity. Content as a content agency, it's still a content agency, but your delivery is AI, right? So
Hmm.
the mechanism, the benefit of that is that you can do it faster, cheaper, more higher volume, and less time and less of their need because of AI, right?
Hmm.
So the problem is the offer is still the same, but then as we look at, it doesn't have to be an AI content offer. It's a content agency that serves people with content and produces high quality content that attracts leads, builds their audience, builds their brand, that brings in leads. And then your delivery mechanism is going to be you really building your robust system. So your onboarding, your delivery, your output is way higher, way more quality, and you can deliver a much bigger opportunity on the back end rather
Hmm.
than having to hire a big team of editors and all that stuff. So like that really is where the opportunities are in the space, which is great, right? Because it means like, oh, we can just use everything we know. Um, so then from a kind of a tools perspective,
Hmm.
because again, tools are also to serve the offer, right? We don't want to start using tools that don't serve the offer. That's kind of the
Yeah.
whole mistake that people go down of like building shit they don't need. So if you look at, okay, what do they need, right? You've got personal brand content, company content, short form, long form. That's YouTube, podcasting, short like blog posts, long form posts, right? So if we're looking at like, all right, what is the actual deliverables of the offer going to be? Then the tools will then inform the deliverables. So then you can then go into, all right, what do I actually need to learn? And what are the tools that I need to deliver on the offer that I'm going to deliver on? That
Hmm.
makes sense to
Yeah.
start with.
Yeah.
What's showing up for you as I'm asking this? Any insight showing up as we're going through it?
Yeah. So as I'm thinking, I probably wouldn't even go into the AI content creation side of things.
Hmm.
I was thinking more about something that does cold and warm outreach
Okay. All
and
right.
sort of qualify leads, because I'm thinking if I were to go with someone who's already generating, you know, 10 or $50,000 per month, they already probably have an inflow of leads coming in. And I think
Hmm.
the problem is more qualification and warming those leads up.
Hmm.
Because when it comes to AI content creation, I think it's a whole new world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally.
And I think would also require a lot of creative aspects.
Hmm.
And and I think when you're doing content creation, it's always like you're catching up with the trends.
Hmm.
While warm and cold outreach, human psychology evolves, but it never changes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I want something that I don't need to stay as much on top of it, like content creation for social medias,
yeah,
but more of human psychology. Like I know that these types of messages will get people to respond,
yeah,
and the same thing will work for the next 100 years probably.
yeah, yeah. We had exactly the same decision making process, right? We were looking at automations first. It was
Sorry,
like,
bro, can you just talk closer to the mic?
yeah, yeah. So we were looking at the exactly the same thing, right? And what we kind of nailed down is AI cold email.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, if you look at all the work that had to go in to get into leads for what we used to do with Instagram and content and outreach and DMs and all that shit, right? So much, it's a whole ecosystem that has to work.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas what we've kind of distilled down in our agency is cold email, because that is literally words. There's no the only creative aspect of that is your creative writing skills, right?
Yeah.
So there is no images, you don't have to get someone talking on camera, you don't have to do any of that. It's more about the consulting them on what their offer is, who they want to serve, and then what AI can do now with some really amazing tools is do really hyper personalized scraping.
Hmm.
So it can scrape on signals. So the signals will be like buyer intent of like funding, hiring, job posts, LinkedIn posts, social media posts. It's like because of AI has access to the internet, whatever their dream buyer, right? If they've got the selling and they've got the buyer, their buyer is showing buying signals
Hmm.
consciously and unconsciously through their actions online, which AI can now trace and track and scrape. We're like, fuck, okay, wow. So in theory, it's like, cool. Whoever you're trying to buy, whoever your buyers are, we can contact them. We can literally find their telephone number, their email address, or LinkedIn, and we can get your message in front of them in their inbox at volume and at scale. And then it's just the numbers game. It's like the law of large numbers and the law of averages. Like you send enough, you get your results. You send enough of enough, and then you get your average, and then you have a predictable system. So like that's what we're building right now because we're like, well, that mechanism is a good mechanism, and then the actual personalization of the email is then based on what the information is scraping. So then the
Hmm.
personalization of the copy of that outreach message can be hyper personalized, not the generic, hey, I saw you post on LinkedIn, bang, bang, bang. The more the art and science of that, or the art of the science, would be more around what's your thinking process around how can I speak to this type of person in a way that's going to get them to read it and reply? What's the offer? If you understand how to build offers through the value equation, then you'll be able to figure it out. This is what we're learning of like, we can figure it out. And then it is just monitoring it, testing, iterating. And then that is literally just copy. And
Hmm.
now for us, we're like, oh, wow, that feels great for us to do, not have to do all of the other stuff that we're used to doing to getting leads. So like that really is kind of the opportunity that we're going down, which is probably what you're saying, probably what you want in terms is they're going to be the best fit because again, it aligns to your skill set, right? You know,
Yeah.
copy.
Yeah.
So that would be again, it's like all the four content, paid ads, warm outreach, cold outreach. You can't do warm outreach as a person coming out to them unless you. But then there is the other side of it, doing like database read. Like warm outreach would then be like coming into their existing database and then running campaigns, reactivation campaigns, working their existing leads, building ways that you can then work their existing list. So there's
Hmm.
two parts of that, right? Inbound and outbound, right? Hey, come, we'll work your existing list, but then we'll also run campaigns and bring more people into that, and that's how we will serve you to come in and to generate you more leads and more revenue that
Hmm.
way. And then your delivery and the tools are within that specific section of what you can do. And again, it's still sales and marketing, right? It's still the
Hmm.
same skill set that we've got, just at scale and more efficient
Yeah.
to do that. So, does that feel better to you to do like go down that route?
Absolutely. Yeah. That is literally what I feel. Because, I work with a few big entrepreneurs, and mostly it was high ticket sales,
Yep.
but also sales process consulting. I would go like, I think there's a gap here where people are, there's a bottleneck here on the sales process. And then I can see what they need the most.
Yeah.
And I see how they want an AI, but they haven't found anyone to do what they want.
Mm,
And I'm sitting there saying like all these people with the same problem. I don't know how to use AI, but I would know like, how to get the results that they want,
yep.
understanding the missing part. I'm like, if I figured out AI, I just need 3 clients.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm like, yeah, and they have the money, they're making 6 figures per month.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just need to be able to solve that problem for them.
Yeah, man. And then that's again, this is what the like AI first model is like understanding where do we go? And then we go deep into that vertical, right? And then the vertical, the tools and everything is very hyper specific. And what we're seeing is all of these micro niche communities of like go to market
Hmm.
engineering. It's like a copywriter, a salesperson, and a technical person all in one role, and they will build these out as a role.
Hmm.
And it's like this new emerging role that's now available. It's been around for a while, but it's a new pocket of the market, which we were like, wow, that's blown our head off.
Hmm.
And then the tools. on there, I can send you over the tools and stuff as well. There's one like AI Arc, which is like deep lead scraper. There's Instantly, which is around sending cold email. The big thing about cold email is you need the infrastructure to send the emails, right? Because that's the bottleneck. You need to be able to send them at volume.
Yeah.
So there's softwares there that you can buy inboxes and then you can send at scale. They've got AI reply agents, they've got AI sales agents in there. You can track who's visited your website now and pull their LinkedIn and then send them a LinkedIn outreach with a system called HeyReach, which is pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Right? It's like they go to the website and you can pull their LinkedIn and send them a LinkedIn DM.
Yes.
Hey, you wouldn't say, hey, I've been checking, I've seen you looked at our post. I'm like, how do you know
Yes.
that? But it's like really like black ops behind the scenes ways that a lot of these business owners have no idea about that you can implement and test and see what's working, what's not, validate it, and then double down at the volume. As long as they've got like a bigger addressable market, as long as you can do it at volume, that's kind of the big thing.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Any questions? What questions? Where do you want to? What questions do we go from here, mate? Because again, we've gone like quite high level, but we can go
Yeah.
more technical if you need.
Yeah, man. It's like exactly what you share is exactly what I'm looking to do. Simplify things, focus on the results of, reaching out to the right people. And
Well, an interesting way of looking at it is like funnel, right? So top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, right? The easiest way to make money is from their existing clients, right?
Yeah.
So like even coming in of like, hey, look, let me take care of let me come into the business as a growth partner, or like an AI growth consultant. Let me look at the business, map the business, look at the opportunities, and then plan and strategize ways that we can run campaigns and mechanisms and tools installed to increase your revenue. There's low hanging fruit there. We can look at how do we get your existing clients to get reviews, get re-engagement, right? And then re-engagement campaigns. And you might not do the manual reach out yourself. You might build an agent that would then reach out to them personally. And then the AI is not having to get an SDR or an account manager to send 1,000 email messages. You'll get an AI sales bot that would then go and do that for you, right? And they would automatically then rebook the calls and reactivate existing clients or reactivate dead leads, right? Because you've got the clients and you've got all of the leads that didn't convert. So you've got all of these people that could work. Yes, you can send them emails, but is there a way that you can build a bot, an agent who would then go into the database, open up conversations, like an appointment setting AI that would work the existing leads, right?
Yeah.
Then you've got, if you were going from back to forward, you've got leads that have just opted in. So you've got speed to lead agents, which is a big thing around like how quickly are your SDRs or your sales reps replying. That can be a voice agent that calls within 5 minutes, or it can be an SDR, AI SDR, which would then just set triage and do the qualification for them and book into the calendar.
Yeah.
Right. There's that. And then outside of that is getting new leads in. If you're not doing ads, you're not doing content, you're doing outbound. How do you do outbound? It's going to be, LinkedIn softwares for LinkedIn. It's called HeyReach. And there's other ones where you can do LinkedIn outbound, right? Because you know who to get, because you know who you can target the right leads, you can scrape a list of 10,000 people very quickly. But we've got the leads, we just need to get them engaged to then enter into our pipeline.
Yeah.
Right. And then you've got like LinkedIn outreach or like DM outreach on LinkedIn, or you go cold email. But then it's the same process to get that data and you'll just hit them with both. It's like conviction wise, it's like, cool, who do you need to speak to? This person. All right, cool, I can find them. How do you do that? They don't need to know that. Right?
Yeah.
I've got this. That is where you would look at these AI tools and piece them together, and eventually you'd have one thing that you use in Claude. It would have its NCPs, and you'd speak to Claude, and it would go and go through 5 different websites and 5 different MCPs, and it would produce the result. But you have to understand what tool does what in part of the process of get the leads, enrich the leads, personalize the message, and send the infrastructure actually send the message, and then manage the inbound leads as well.
Yeah.
That's basically it, mate. Like that is basically the last 2 months of me being really down this kind of like AI business growth world. to be like, all right, these are the opportunities. It's not a case of if or but. It's like that is because
Yes.
it's existing business
And
problems.
and that's the thing, like, and that's my next question as well, is like, how is it working to the leads that you're reaching? Like, do you have good results, or do you feel like there's something that it will take time until you get good leads through this process and good responses?
I think there's a humbling process I think you have to go through. It's like anything, like if you're starting, like if you were speaking to a new coach that was starting their content journey, they have to learn all these new skills, right? So
Yeah.
there's an element of intuition that you learn through reps, but then
Hmm.
the benefit of it is you can get reps in much quicker,
Yeah.
right? You can get much faster, better, higher quality data to collapse that time between the learning process,
Yes.
right? And
And the AI is teaching itself. So you're not doing this alone. You have to improve with whatever tool you have. It's like the tool is optimizing itself constantly as well, right?
100%. And then your process, you got your playbooks, you build your agents, and then you have but then your delivery is like you said, right? Is like it's very high value,
Hmm.
but your actual time in delivery is reduced by like 80% because you don't have the manpower and you're not doing all of it yourself. Like that's
Yeah.
really where the opportunity is right now, especially because with like the market of early movers, right? We're still in that early movers stage of the bell curve,
Hmm.
right? And like our mission is to build our brand around future-proof founders. This idea of
Hmm.
being future-proof.
Yes.
How are you a forward thinker? How are you staying ahead of the times? What technology, what tools, what thinking, what mindset, what philosophies, what network, who are you talking to stay ahead of the game? But it's just the same game with different rules,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
People still need leads, sales, marketing. So it's like that's never going to change.
Yeah.
So until I don't know, things change and everyone starts adopting it and there's all these things. And then I think the people that we've got trust in the market that have served people, they're the ones that are best positioned to capitalize when the majority start to move.
Mm.
But I don't think we're there yet, personally, after the research I've done. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So one thing that I feel like you would help me a lot, because I know, I could go on ChatGPT and say, can you give me a list of AI softwares and tools to help me to do this? But I don't, I can't ever trust those things, and I know there's a lot for me to go and explore by myself and figure out if that's actually going to work for me. I
Yeah.
think if you're willing and open to do that, if you could share like perhaps, the AI tools that you use and
Of
what you
course,
use it
man.
for,
Yeah, yeah.
then for me, it's all I need is just to be put in one direction that I can focus in.
Of course, man. I'll send you that after, mate. I'll do it. And
I
again,
appreciate
that
it.
just me saying, "Hey, Claude, can you just give Iggy a list of everything we use, please?" And send it off. So like that, it's the whole thing, right? This is
Yeah,
like the whole information, like the abundance thing, right? Of
yeah.
like, there's so much abundance available to us now, connections,
Hmm.
ideas, resources. Like we can give so much away. We can
Hmm.
give so much away because the execution is still going to be there, right? It's still a
Yeah.
minefield. Like we have not mastered it by any stretch of the matter, but
Hmm.
we are clear that there is a clear opportunity.
Yeah.
And are like to do the Trojan horse, thinking through the Trojan horse lens of, hey, I'm going to be a AI growth partner that's going to help you with this and this when you haven't got a shitload of proof. Very fucking hard,
Hmm. Yeah.
right? And people don't understand it. So it's like, cool, what's the Trojan horse? What is a problem? What's the kink in the armor that you can go to a business for, get in the door, understand their business, be the person that is then going to be like, cool, let me research and worry about how we become AI first in the business.
Hmm.
I will do the work. I will implement. I will test. I'll give you the data. I won't give you anything you don't need to know. And you let me do that. And then pipeline, we let me deal with the pipeline on lead gen first. Cool. We solve that problem. All right, cool. Then we look at, all right, now a sales process. Sales working. Now we do ops. And then we go, all right, cool. Now we can handle, now we haven't got a supply. It's like, have we got a demand constraint? Yes. Let's fix a demand. All right, cool. We fix that. Now we're inundated with leads and sales. Now we need to fix the delivery. All right, cool. Let me help you with there.
Hmm.
Build the capacity to then service new clients. All right, cool. Now let's look at how do we increase that. And then
Hmm.
you're like you're floating between demand, supply, but being that kind of person in that organization that is kind of the glue.
Yeah.
And that's how we think. But you can't just
Hmm.
be there. You can't just do that unless you've got a big brand.
Yeah.
but you can get in through
Mm.
the painful problem, which is most businesses would love more leads.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, that's the thing. I feel like people, I don't know if you noticed, I've been noticing that the economy is changing, and I feel like people are spending less in general. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people making a lot of money, but in general, I feel like people, they're working a lot more to make less money.
Hmm.
And I'm like, the things that I'm truly passionate about serving people, it will become a second priority.
Yeah.
What we're really going to become a priority is how can I make money now?
Hmm. Yeah.
And if I can help you to make money now. I can use the existing leads that you have and get your sales coming while we're building the pipeline with new leads coming, and I'll be closing it for them. You just focus on creating content. I'm going to go on the back end and I'm going to close these people. Boom. It's kind of like, look, I'll do 2 weeks for free. You see how the things works. If you like, we can go all in. I know it can
Man,
happen.
it's like that one that there's no reality where that doesn't work, right? Because you're still
Right.
speaking to the existing pain, but you just know around how much value you can really bring to that.
Mhm.
And then your decision, the decision that you're making is I am going to be AI first.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
that's my commitment, right? I'm going to be
Mhm.
that. I'm going to learn about it. I'm going to commit to the work. I'm going to try things, iterate. Not again for me, I'm not going to be down the rabbit hole 24/7, right? But I'm going to be down it enough to come back up to the fucking planet Earth and be like, guys, this is what you need to know. You don't need to
Mhm.
know that. I'm going to save you the time and effort to not fuck up and waste time because you're busy and you've already got responsibilities. You've got clients to serve. You've got team to run. So
Mhm.
it's like serving those people, right?
Yeah.
And as long as they're future thinking, as long as they're open to, do you know what? I know I need someone in the business right now.
Yeah.
Definitely not going to be me, but I could definitely have the right person who's committed to that work.
Mhm.
I think that's really the opportunity for people. Um, and then again, like your brain well enough, right? You'll just be solving problems for that business at all times. Like
Yeah.
every single thing you'll be like, oh, I can solve that, I can solve that, I can solve that. But also the awareness of, is this actually solving the problem right now? Or am I trying to build something this business doesn't need?
Right. Right.
And it was just fucking this is the whole thing, right? The enemy, my enemy is like these bunch of nerds that have never built a business or run anything but like love vibe coding and will sell you something you don't need and it will break and it will just be fucking useless and a waste of time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That
That's why
you can
simplification
employ
is
that
here.
person, you can hire that person, or you can hire people that are in the trenches with founders, been a founder, working with founders. We coach, we know humans. Like ultimately, we're here to get you, the business owner, what you want. So like, let's start with that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? I want more freedom, want more time. All right, cool. Let me help you with that then. The way
Yeah.
that I can do that is through this mechanism. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like I can. That's really where the human-centric approach to being AI, I think, is really going to serve people like you and I, where we are very good with that part,
hmm
but then we're also very well equipped to look at business fundamentals and understanding it. And the world that we've been in for the last 5, 6 years, whatever, is like almost like the learning ground to really attack bigger businesses.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
does it give you clarity, man? Do you feel more
A lot,
clear on
man. It gives
things?
me excitement. I feel like I need that because, going to something so new, and I'm not like a huge tech guy. I like human
Yeah.
psychology. I like the process. I like to understand, bottlenecks. I'm like, okay, I see what's happening here, where perhaps the message is misaligned or, the offers are misaligned with what we're talking about. So when I go into tech, for me, it's like, is this really going to take me anywhere? Or am I just learning something that is I'm not going to use later?
Yeah.
So by
And
you sharing those things, I'm like, yeah, it gives me more hope. So, and that's the thing, if I know one tool, like for example, what you said, I'm able to track people who go to your website, find their LinkedIn, and reach out to them. If I
well, you
can
can do
master
that. It's like,
this,
yes, I can do that. Blow your fucking mind off. I'm like, wow,
yeah,
that's mental. And they're
and
like, oh my
you
God,
just
that's so
find,
weird. I was just on your website. And now you're sending me a really cool offer of a lead magnet of inviting me to a webinar that I didn't know I wanted to go to. And now I'm
yeah,
your client. Who knows?
yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah,
Divine timing. But
yeah,
yeah.
exactly, yeah. So
Oh,
I'm
good
like, if
man.
I can master this one thing, and the offer can be so simple, and like you're getting a bunch of traffic to your website, but they're not converting, I'm gonna help you to increase your conversion rate by, you know, 10% of
Yeah.
your effort or 0% of your effort. I'll do everything for you. I'll implement. If you like that, I will continue. If you don't like, we stop working, and then If you want to continue, then we come as partners.
Yeah.
And then there's so much more to offer. So I really like this essence, like one simple thing that I will do that was going to increase your revenue. But once I am in, then there's so many other things that I can do.
There's just one visual I want to show you, and like this is really like if I could
Oh,
sum it
please.
up in the most like fucking easy way possible.
Hmm.
Like what does it mean to be AI first, right? Uh, and it's like mm, like this is like idea,
Hmm.
action, right? So that's the human way. I have an idea and then I act upon it. To be
Hmm.
AI first, you have the idea and then you run it through AI and then you act.
Hmm.
And then what that allows you to do is that your whole list would be like this. So like, oh shit, I can't do all of that. Whereas like,
Hmm.
hey, I've got the idea. AI can actually do all of this, and then I just do this and this.
Hmm.
And then my capacity to work, my creativity, my opportunities, my rate of growth, right? Because if you're confined by your own level of thinking and your own resources, right, your growth could look like that. Whereas if you've got this infinite intelligence, it's smarter than you that can do more things than you, your rate of growth can be like that because of the time.
Sorry, Ryan, you showing me something?
Yeah, you should be see the
Oh,
screen. You don't
sorry.
see the
It
screen.
says communicate with comments, press C.
Oh,
I think you're sharing there. I'm listening. I'm like, hey, it seems like you're trying to show me something.
yeah, yeah. I was seeing it my side. Um,
Um, Let me see.
I'm
There's a
trying to see.
whiteboard link, right? You clicked.
Yeah, I can see it my side. You can't see it your side, no?
I think I need to request access.
No, if you look, if you've got scroll to the top, there should be like a slide where you have meeting or
All
whiteboard
right,
at the
I can
top.
see now.
Yeah, cool. So like this is like human like before, right? Of like, hey, I've got an idea,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll have to do all of these things to actually get the result.
Hmm.
AI first is that I have the idea before I do things and start thinking, oh shit, I've got to do this, and this. We run it through AI first, right? And it's like, oh, cool, it can do this. It might think I've got a shitload of fucking shit plan, but what it allows us to do is delegate a thinking, doing, and so much to the AI before we start to act,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if we're looking through that lens, what our capacity of what we can do, achieve, think, achieve in a certain day is 10 to 100x more. So like this kind of tally of like, okay, if you're looking at rate of growth within time, what can I achieve within a day, a week, a month? As a human would be more like this, right? More kind
Mm-hmm.
of steady growth. Whereas there is an opportunity here to like rapidly increase your rate of growth and opportunity every time you think through that. And the compound effect of that means that you wouldn't even, this person here can't even comprehend what this person can comprehend because they
Mm-hmm.
don't have the thinking and paradigm of reality of what's available to them. So,
Mm-hmm.
like AI first is more than just a way of doing, it's a paradigm of life,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because of how much you can actually achieve. And then with the relationship with time, all right, cool. What now would take me 10 years, takes me 2 years. What am I going to do with the extra eight? Oh, I can do way more stuff in my life. Whether that
Mm-hmm.
is do more experiences and have more holidays or life adventures, or double down on more impact, more business, more revenue. Right. So I think that's kind of the big insight that I had of like, oh wow, it doesn't necessarily mean you become a nerd and start spending all your time behind Claude Code. You optimize for the life that you want, by understanding how to think through it properly and using it as a tool and technology as that is never going to go away.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the easiest way that I can kind of see it in my mind of what it means to be AI first. Because again, before I need to get leads, I need to send outreach, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just very different these days. So yeah, that's I just wanted to show you that to kind of round it off, mate, because I
Yeah.
think that it's just like, oh, okay, cool. So, and again, if you can say that to your clients and they're blown away by how much you can get done and you're delivering an outcome not based on your time, because again, time is different now. If we look
Yes.
at time as a resource, it's a different dynamic to
Hmm.
that now. We're not
Right. I was telling
the
that I was telling Yella last night, like we're coming in the age that we're really collapsing time.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
information is just spreading so fast. What you would take me years to do, right now I can do in seconds. You know, I perhaps minutes. I can learn something that would take me so long, and like boom, 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 like get it. Information out. You know, it's just so fast. Like this is the collapse of time.
And the key of it is you.
Hmm.
It's not AI.
Right.
It's not, it's your thinking,
Hmm.
right? What do you believe is available to you? What do you believe is possible to you? How do you think correctly?
Hmm.
Then that will inform the rest of it. It's
Yeah.
like my Claude is different to your Claude, right?
Hmm.
But it's the same thing, but it's very different
Yeah.
how you use it, right? A paintbrush can be used to paint a masterpiece, or it can be paint a fucking doodle, right? It's not the
Hmm.
paintbrush, it's the artist, right?
Hmm.
And if looking through the art and science of business, I think it's a very exciting time, mate. So I appreciate you jumping on, mate, and I hope you found value in the
Yeah. Yeah.
strategy session, mate. Yeah, did you give me clarity? Yeah,
Yes, brother. Yeah. And you know, I really like how you hammer on the real outcome. And I think that's something that I forget in business. You know, you're talking about more sovereignty, more freedom, more time for you and your family. I love that you do this because it reminds, yes, that is the actually North Star. You know, it's not more money, more clients. That is just a few for me to live, enjoy my life more and serve more.
yeah,
I like that you do that. And I kind of like some things that you put out as, you know, talking about be AI first and be a future-proof founder. I think those things you're hitting on things that people think unconsciously. And then when
hmm
you say, you're talking to the unconscious part of me that want that, and I wasn't aware. So I really like
beautiful.
you have some really good positioning there.
I love that. Thank you so much. It's kind of the
Yeah.
first, like, I'm doing a little bit of content on it. I've started doing it, but like my signal, and again, like I had to like go out of this, like serving my old audience of like purpose to profit, right?
Mm,
That was my audience. I loved serving them, but I outgrew that market and I kind of
yeah.
lost myself a little bit. And I was like reconnect with it. Oh, it's still the same thing. I'm still serving the same person. They're just making a shit ton more money and they've just got different problems, but they still want leads
Yeah.
and sales.
Yeah.
So it's like, and like the resonance of that is still going to play its role, right? Of like people that
Mm,
resonate with me naturally are going to be people that I resonate more with, and the better I get at getting better clients, the same as you.
mm,
And then whoever trusts you enough for you to come in is going to be someone that resonates with you on all levels, right?
mm,
So, and also I think just in terms of long term, again, like we don't know what 2027 version of Ryan Niggy is going to be thinking and doing or have the opportunities, right? But we fucking know that we're going to have a hell of a lot better opportunities by being out first.
yes.
So how do we hedge our bets now,
Mm,
right? The only thing, and like the antithesis is like the fearful founder, right? Or
mm,
the anti-enemy is like fear is the only thing that's going to stop you doing this.
yeah.
And it's the status quo. The status quo is the thing that's going to stop you. The fear of if it ain't broke, don't fix it is like,
Mm,
yes, that was true, but it's not true anymore. Right? Ask Blockbuster.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ask them, right? It's like there's
It
loads
was
of examples.
perfect.
There's so many examples, mate, in it. It's
Yeah.
like the farmers, the people that rode horses, right? It's like Henry Ford, great Henry Ford quote. If I asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses.
Mm,
It's like people don't know what they need.
yeah.
Trying to make your horse go fast. We've got people driving cars over there. Oh, we can't drive one of them. All right,
Mm,
then get there slower. Or don't get there at all. So,
yeah.
all right, brother. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you
Thanks,
so
bro.
much. We'll chat after on text anyway, and I'll
Yeah.
send you
Can
that
you send
stuff
me
over.
the softwares and things?
Yeah,
And how
we'll
you
do.
appreciate, brother. Thank you so much for your time and
No, I
yeah,
appreciate you, man. Take
gratitude.
care, bro.
Take
Bye,
care,
mate.
man.